So you cannot use Excel also, but there will be some kind of a small calculations which I will explain you today. Okay. So the entire syllabus, I will again start it from the scratch. So entire syllabus of management research method is divided into 3 parts. Okay, this you know. Okay, these are the parts. So at first we have just an introduction. Okay, second part is our analysis part, which is a pyramid which you can see here, and third part is a report writing part, right? So I have sent you these 3 parts. Okay, this is part 1 of your course, which will just give you an introduction. I will again revise it. Then we have a part 2 where we have done entire data analysis. We have done descriptive statistics. We have created probability table. We know how to do hypothesis testing. We have done a Z test. We have done a T test. Okay. Then we have done ANOVA, and we have done chi-square test. Okay. And please ask me any kind of questions you have today so that I will start clearing doubts. Fine. Please understand these are the 5 steps. Okay. In the examination, I may ask you, please note it down somewhere. 5, these are also called as 5 statistical tool. Okay. For data analysis. These are 5 statistical tool for data analysis. If I ask you, you should mention these steps one by one. You will first say, we do descriptive statistics where we calculate mean and standard deviation. Okay, then we do probability table where we see percentage of satisfied or whatever is your measure. Okay, customer. 3, we use hypothesis testing to test or verification. We use this model. Okay, then we use ANOVA, which is used to check the difference between the means. Okay, and 5th, we use chi-square test. Please note it down. Okay, chi-square test. This is used to test the biasness of our results. Fine. So this is the way, because here you will not write. You have to start typing, and I am not expecting you to type more than 7 to 8 lines. Okay. So if you use points, fine. It will be better for me to understand what you do. Okay. So this is our 5 steps, or rather 5 statistical tool. Okay. This is very important part. Fine. And report writing. Again, there are certain steps. Please note down the steps. Fine. First step is abstract. Sorry. First step is title. Second is abstract. Third is introduction. Fourth is research design. Conclusion. Okay, recommendations and conclusion is a step we use. Recommendation and conclusion. And last part we use is called as references. Okay, please note down these steps. 1, 2, 3, research design is 4, recommendation is 5, and references is 6. Okay, these are 6 steps which are in sequence. This is always in sequence. Always in sequence. Fine. So this is also a very important part which I will again deal with you today. Okay. So any doubt here?
No.
Okay. Great. So this is about our definition of management research method. Fine. These are the steps which we do. I am not interested in steps. You know about the steps. Just important words. It's that a management research method is something which is systematic, means it is organized. When I use the word systematic, means it is in sequence. Okay. And it is also a method which is scientific in nature. Fine. And it gives you certain kind of results, which is used for interpretation as well as action implications. Fine. And always management research method is used to solve. Please note it down. It is used to solve business problems. It is used to solve business problems. Okay. So management research method is a study which is always systematic. Systematic means it is always step-by-step procedure. Okay. This is step-by-step procedure. I cannot go to step 2 unless I have done step 1. Okay. And it is also scientific in nature. Okay. Why it is scientific? Because you use 5 tools to give us the exact results. Okay. So it is also, so in fact, scientific in nature. Okay. And this is always used to solve business problems. Okay. For MCQ, you may find this as an important definition. Okay. This is very important slide. Okay. Now, what is a research design? Okay. Research design, everybody remembers that when we do analysis, okay, remember when we write research article, then first we'll start with title, which is your heading. Then we start with abstract. Abstract means a very small summary. Okay. Then comes introduction, which is, okay, what exactly you are doing. Then comes research design. Okay, research design will include your all 5 tools of type 5 tools which you are using, Then comes your recommendations. Okay, recommendations means, and conclusion means what you have observed of your study, fine. And then comes any kind of references which you have used. Okay. So here, at present, I am focusing on, my entire focus which is going on is towards research design. Okay, I'm explaining you this part, fine. Because research design includes 3 parts. Okay. So here first is, okay, what do you mean by the word research design? Okay, research design is the in fact framework, okay, which defines every stage of your entire research, right from data collection, which you are using, to the analysis. When I use the word here, analysis means I'm using the 5 tools which you are using to do the research, right? So how you have collected data, okay, how you have collected data plus analysis, how you are doing analysis, all these steps are explained using research design. Okay, anybody has any doubt? Anybody has any doubt? Okay, great. Now, second important part of our research design is called as research questions. Okay, research questions you must have seen in assignment 1. Okay, we have certain kind of research questions. Okay, fine. So how to do, in fact, research questions will help you. Let me write it somewhere. Research question helps you to do the 5 tests. Okay. So what is the main role of our research question? The main role of our research question are that it gives us clarity that how our research process is going to happen, because, okay, which test we will use where. Okay, it helps you to identify and work in a more in fact focused way. Okay, and it provides you the structure of the work. So structure of the work means, okay, which test you will apply, why you will apply, all these things you can start explaining, fine. So these are basically 3 important questions that we answer whenever we will define. Research questions are actually must. Rather, research question helps you to frame hypothesis for your test. This helps you to, in fact, frame hypothesis of your test. Okay. Then, one important step that we always follow whenever we do in fact research design here, and that is that we have to perform review of literature. And review of literature helps you to identify the gap, okay, of earlier study. Fine. So if you identify the gap, then we can do our new research. Fine. It is a very important tool for us whenever we have to identify the gap and then start performing our study. Okay. So these are basically three important perspectives whenever we have to do any kind of research with respect to Vinpact business, right? Anybody has any doubt here? Anybody has any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, it's clear? Yes. Okay. So I think we discussed this, that how many kind of research methods are there. Okay, so there are four different classifications. One is general classification, one is nature of study, one is purpose, okay, and one is research design. Okay, these are basically four different classifications or four different methodology of doing research. Okay, so basically for business perspective, when you use a business study, okay, we always use a general classification, right? So in short, let me start explaining you each one of these in detail. So general classification, as we have seen that, and I was talking about it since starting, that we collect a quantitative data. Okay, quantitative data means like, for example, I've selected the electronics store and we have selected the travel store where data is not in form of, quantitative, quantitative are the set of questions, Okay, these are basically a data which are numerical in nature, and we also select qualitative. We also select qualitative data where it can be a gender, it can be an age bracket. Age is not a number here, okay? Because we will see how many age are there. Okay, and we may select different product category, or maybe it depends on your research, any kind of research, which are non-numerical data. So basically, whenever you will define questionnaire, you have basically these two types of data only. Okay, one type of a data is known as quantitative data, which includes number, where you can perform any kind of mathematical equations. Basically, when we talk about quantitative data, then the study which we perform, okay, please note it down. Okay, whenever we will perform quantitative data, we have descriptive statistics which we perform. So descriptive statistics, what we start performing here. Then we have probability table which we create from this, and also the entire hypothesis test which we do is 100% based on this data. Whereas, because these data are always in form of numbers, okay? Whereas, when you talk about qualitative data, okay, qualitative data are something which is not numbers data, and here we use a combination, so we use an ANOVA test as well as chi-square test to use a qualitative data, and we start performing it. So if you can see, all 5 steps are covered here, okay, first 3 and these 2, right? So all 5 tests are complete here. So for any kind of business problem, okay, we generally use a data analysis technique which is under general classification. Anybody has any doubt here? These points which I've explained here are very important, okay? Please note it down somewhere. Okay? Anybody has any doubt?
No, doctor.
Okay, great. Then we have other kind of data analysis which we use. Anybody, if you want to take a snap of it,
Sir, I have a question. This one, it could be, it's not, it will be like a question and we write, right? It will not be like MCQs.
No,
we explain them, right?
No, there can be a question like which methods you use for quantitative research and which for qualitative research, or maybe I can ask you, time is very small. I will not ask you in 10 questions, okay? First of all, fine. So I will only tell you the important points. So suppose I can ask you, what is the 5 statistical tools? Okay.
Yeah, we need. That's what I mean.
3, 4, 5. Or I ask you, which are 2 kinds of general classification. Okay. Explain both the methods along with the example. So what you will say there are 2 methods. Okay, quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative is based on this kind of data. Qualitative is based on numerical data. And when we do quantitative research, we use these methods. Okay, when I use qualitative methods, we use this method. Any one line, 2 line explanation. That's it. Okay, because the space will be very less to you, right? Okay, there's got an entire page on which you can use examples. Right? I need a specification. You do this, perfect. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So another kind of research which we do, which is basically not used very much in our business problems, but still we use it. Fine. Another kind of problems, and this is known as nature of study declassification. Nature of study. Okay. So these are basically descriptive research, also known as analytical research. Descriptive research is a very basic research. I want to see frequency. Okay, frequency means how many people attended like this. Okay, and it can be done like based on in fact surveys. We asked 100 people, are you interested? Yes, no. Okay, small questions. That is it. And analytical research, this is based on a data which is already available to you. So this is based on some kind of data archives. I have an old data. I want to again start analyzing this data. So when we do a business problem, our data should be always new data. Fine. So we don't use this kind of research in business, but this is another way. Most often this kind of research is used for medical problems. Okay, medical issues. We see the history of our patient or the history, and based on the history, we start predicting the things. Yeah. So basically we in fact use there. Then we have third kind of research, which is based on purpose of study. Okay, purpose of study. These are basically used for organizations which are meant to do research only. Fine. We have a very, very big examples. Like for example, everybody know McKinsey? Yeah?
Yes.
This is a research organization. Fine. I worked for this company sometime back, okay, for 6 months. So their main aim is to do in fact research only. They will not do anything else. So their research are of 2 types. Okay, one type of research is that they do their own research. So they have a team in the country, like in UAE they have office in Sharjah. Okay, and we used to sit there and we have to find out retail sector. We have certain parameters. We will do our research. We will publish our report, and that report will start selling that report. So there are so many organizations inside UAE who want to see. So there is an in-depth applied research that we are doing, which is not only for an organization; it is for the entire sector. So that is known as applied research. And there is also one kind of research which is known as in fact fundamental research, where we want to develop some kind of new theory. Like nowadays, okay, for COVID-19, there are so many research which are going on. Some are saying, I don't know the name of a medicine which they are giving. 8-9 researches are happening, fine, and everybody is developing their own theories, fine, and they're still under clinical trials. Okay, so they are actually a new theory. Somebody is saying we want to develop a new protein. Israel has sent something anti-calamel, something of that kind of research. So everybody is doing their own research. Okay, some research are to develop immunity. Okay, I don't know. These are medical terms. Fine. So yeah. So this is again, most of the research is done by an external body. You can see McKinsey or Nielsen is another research company. Okay, they are external body. Okay, external company who do research for the entire sector, not for individual companies. So it's an applied research. And there can be another research which is in fact fundamental research, which is to develop develop a new model or a new theory. So basically, these are again used by research organizations, okay, whose aim is to develop something new so that people start adopting this model. I think, are you aware of a model called as BCG matrix? Have you done this model before? Nobody? Is there anyone?
No.
No.
Okay. This is another model to analyze companies actually. Okay. This is another model to analyze companies. And okay, BCG is nothing but it is a Boston company something. Okay, BCG. This is again a research company. And this model became famous. So this entire company became famous. Yeah. Okay. So again, this is used by the external body, not for a company. So we will not use this. And there is another kind of risk. Yes.
And this slide, you bring all this information? McKinsey and research?
No. I am only giving examples. Please note it down. Maybe I will not ask you like these questions. I will ask you which kind of two kinds of information, how to develop. I am not interested in this. This is not for business. My interest is only here. This one. Okay. The things which you use is of interest to us. Yeah? Anybody has any doubt? Anybody has any doubt? No doubt or yes
No,
doubt?
sir.
No doubt. Okay. And then this is again another kind of research we do, which is based on classifications. Fine.